Hello, welcome to another video of this SVA Design YouTube channel, and in this video I just want to give you guys an update quickly on everything that I've been doing with the V12 front engine layout design car. Thus far I haven't really put anything besides the speed art video and me explaining what the car will be on YouTube, but I have been posting a couple of things that I've been doing on Instagram. The reason why I haven't been posting things on YouTube is because I'm basically only editing files that I only have, so convert them from being like in a V12 layout or in a V8 layout to a V12 layout. So that is what I was talking about with that parts bin theory or thing that I was talking about, where if you already have components, then you don't really need to use them twice, or you don't really need to make them twice, because you can just take a V8 for instance and put some 4 more cylinders on it and you're done. So that is what I've been up to in the past couple of days, weeks. So I'm almost done with the V12. The air intakes are done, the exhaust pipes are done. What else do I need to put on that list? Just some things like lubrication and fuel injection, things of that nature. But I don't know if I'm really gonna go into full detail on that, or if those are just some things that I will maybe do later on and just continue on to build the car and just the process. But that is also something else that is on the docket for the car. What else should I mention before getting into the SolidWorks? Oh yeah, from now on I'll probably just be recording on my phone. Just let me know if you see a difference in the quality. I just bought a OnePlus 6, so that is what this is recording on. So yeah, good phone. I love it. It's a really complete difference from a Galaxy S6. But yeah, let's get into the file, I guess. The one thing that I did forget to mention before I go to the SolidWorks, with this with this hobby that I have, I was actually able to transfer it into actually working and to create some income. It's not like it is a stable income or anything. It's just me working as a freelancer on a job, and that also involves doing things with SolidWorks and designing things and just things of that nature. So I'm working as a freelancer, and I don't really know how much I can and can't say about what I am designing because it's signed non-disclosure. But yeah, that is just, I just wanted to add it in the video to kind of, that is also why I haven't really been uploading a lot of things, because I have some sort of a second job right now. So and I had a crazy work week at the Nike factory store that I work at, by the way. So that was also one of the reasons. So as of next week I will be free a little bit more, so then I will have a little bit more time to do also things for myself a little bit, and to combine it with also the 2 jobs that I have right now. So freelance work on a design project, and I work also at the Nike factory store. Yeah, let's put it in there. So also maybe it's good for you guys to know that I do freelance work, so if any of you need something, give me a call. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's get into the car. So here we are in SolidWorks, and as the file is loading up, you can kind of already see a couple of different things that are in the general motor block that you can see right here. So the first thing that probably a couple of people will notice is that there is kind of a lack of camshafts, I guess. And the reason why is because for my laziness and also just the better technology nowadays is I'm using the free valve technology from Koenigsegg. And this means that the valves are opened with air pressure and everything. So that is basically, yeah, just look it up, free valve Koenigsegg, and if you need an explanation, you'll probably find it on YouTube somewhere. So that is also why you see 2 inlet ports and 2 outlet ports for every single individual cylinder, because that is something that you can do with the free valve cylinder to have maximum control of how air gets in and out of the cylinder. So that is a kind of a major thing, because a lot of people, when explaining how engines work, they basically say that it is an air pump. So what you're trying to do is get as much air as possible in here and get it as quickly out again through the exhaust valve. So you want the least amount of back pressure and the maximum amount of pressure actually going in. And that is basically why everything is shaped the way it is. So all of these exhaust ports are equal length. So this port right here is the same length as this port right here, and that goes for all of them. And that means that there's some sort of a suction being created as soon as they get together a bit
all of the combustions kind of get at the collector plate at a different time, meaning that the first combustion creates a suction for the next one to come out, and there it goes, the most perfect, I guess, gas suction that you could get in an exhaust manifold system. So that is why there are all these complicated shapes, and they just aren't just the straight pipes going on the shortest route possible. So that is, I guess, the shortest explanation that I could give for the cylinder heads and everything that is attached to that. In the engine block itself, it is yeah, a 12-cylinder engine block. It's not really very complicated or very I don't know how to say it, sophisticated or anything, but it's just a water-cooled engine block. So here are the ports for water to go in, and this is just for this bank of cylinders, and here it can come out. And the same goes for on this side, water can come in here and go out there. This is where the motor oil feeds in, and then there are tracks running down this pipe right here with little holes out of the inner that will kind of squirt motor oil onto the crankshafts and the connecting rods, and also in the cylinder wells themselves to keep everything nice and lubricated. And also right here on the roller bearing for the actual crankshaft that will be in here. So 12 cylinders, as I said, I believe it is a 100mm bore, and it's a stroke of 80mm, if I'm correct. So I believe it ended up somewhere at like 3 point something liters of volume. So it is a pretty small engine block when it comes to volume, but at the same time, with a 10cm bore and an 8cm stroke, it will be a high revving engine because of the bore stroke ratio. And that will mean it would probably rev out at something like 11,000 RPM instead of the regular, let's say 9,000 or 8.5 that the Lamborghini and Ferrari V12s of the world have. So that is something to make it sound a little bit better. It is also a 60° instead of a 90°. To be honest with you, I don't really know why, but a lot of manufacturers, when they make V12s instead of V8s, then they go from a 90° angle V8 to a 60° angle V12, or vice versa. So what I mean is the degree of the piston to the center. So the line between them, that is a 60° angle instead of it being a little bit more wide and it being 90°. So yeah, that is basically everything for the engine block itself. And then it is also dry sumped. So these are the pumps for the motor oil that will be collected in this oil tank right here to yeah, be sucked out again and to be transferred to another oil filter, and then from the filter it will be going down to some sort of oil sump, and then it will be able to be collected again and then go through the engine once more when the engine needs more lubrication, I guess. So that is on this side of the engine, and on the other side there is a starter motor that is just a typical Bosch unit that you can just purchase and it will work. But you could also upgrade this unit for an electric motor to make it a hybrid. So you could do that if you would want to. And it would be belt driven in here, in this case right here. I haven't made any pulleys or anything under there, so this is just a very simple unit. There's just one piston and one connecting rod in there. Yeah, it's just a very simple model. I'm not trying to go into full detail, but all the connections are there. So I already have fuel injectors made that are also off-the-shelf products that you could purchase. And one second. When it comes to also adding a gearbox, I will just be adding the same gearbox that I've already made. And that is just one of the benefits that comes with creating your own parts bin, I guess. And that is just basically the whole thesis of this project, that I was able to put it together pretty quickly and to not put a lot of energy and effort towards it and still make it look great. So that is why also some of the fuel injectors and the spark plugs and everything, those are missing, because I can just easily add those, because here is where the spark plugs will go in and the track is there for them. And we also have dual fuel injectors, one for every single inlet port, and there's not direct injection, but it's very close to the inlet port, so you won't really notice the difference between direct and indirect injection with this system. And you have direct access to the cylinder. And also the same thing that you could do with the free valve system is that you don't really need the throttle body for the inlet system. you can just throttle with the actual valves by opening and closing them for the amount of time, and with the fuel injectors in combination with those two. And so you don't really get any type of back pressure from the throttle body or the funnel or any of that. So that is a very pretty cool system. And this inlet shape is just, it looks awesome under the hood, that first of all. But as the second point is, it also really generates some extra pressure on the system to because the space just opens up, and then the air has to slow down to fill everything, and then if the air goes quickly and then slows down, it builds extra pressure. So the pressure in here will actually be higher than atmospheric pressure, so it will give a little bit of a ram air effect or supercharging, turbocharging effect when going higher speeds in the car. So that is also something that is pretty neat. What else did I forget to mention? I think that is about it.
To sum everything up, I guess that is just the quick engine that I made. And even though I say it's a quick engine, it still took me over a month to do this video. But basically the message behind this is also to generate a parts bin and to kind of get all of the parts down to where you can use them in multiple components, things of that nature, where you don't really have to edit and do a lot of things to get the result you need to get. With that being said, thanks for watching. Please leave a like or subscribe to this YouTube video. My name is Veldboom from SVA Design, and I'm out.